All right. We are live. Shalom, everybody. We are going to go over a few things and see how this works. Why do we keep the feast days? First of all, because Yahweh says so, right? Obedience is better than sacrifice. The sacrifice is already taken care of. We know this with Yeshua. But if we do the feast days, we learn, right? We learn through the Passover, and we learn why he was the Passover. We learn why he is the Passover. We learn so much about Passover and keeping Passover because there's something about having a feast day, a Moedim, if you will, and doing what Yahweh says to do, and just having, we've got together before and did a goat. And there's something so much different about doing a true feast day and doing it the way that Yahweh commands it to be done. And just kind of doing what a lot of people do, the cedar, they have a little eating out and all this. It's a whole world of difference. It really is. If you've ever done that, and the thing is that we don't have a problem with 4th of July. We don't have a problem with doing these other dates and other times. We don't have a problem with doing them. It seems like there's no problem with grilling out on the 4th of July and doing all this stuff. But yet, for some reason, when it comes to the Moedim of Yahweh, oh no, we can't do this, we can't do that, we ain't got time. We're weird about it, right? So, it's kind of hard to understand as a believer why you wouldn't do what Yahweh says to do. It's kind of hard to not do what he says to do and to keep the days. So if we keep his feast days, I believe we grow, and we grow just like anything else. A baby gets older and you grow in the cycles. He learns how to walk, he learns how to talk, he learns how to speak. Same thing, right? We need to learn how to talk with each other. A lot of times, I believe not being around each other, it's a big problem. It's a real big problem because we don't know how to converse with other believers. And a lot of times we're so worried about being around like minded people, but that's not really what it's about either. On the feast days is when we're around like minded people. On the Sabbath day is when we should get around like minded people. But even at that, we can't really say like minded because if you're not where I am and I'm not where you are, then we don't have the same mind. So a lot of that is emotional churchianity type stuff that we want to be around people, but we want to have a perfect world. We want a lot of things. But the truth of the matter is, we probably are not going to find that perfect congregation for most people. Now, some people have the luxury of having a true anointed, appointed one there, and they go and they hear the word of Yahweh and they do the feast days and they do these things and they know what's going on. But so many times, sadly, they cut corners. They cut so much, even, Feast of Booths coming up and the atonement. If you're not on your knees praying to Yahweh, if you're not crying out for atonement, if you're not at least on your bed saying, Father, forgive me my sins, the sins of this year on atonement, then what are we doing? It says 7 days in a booth. 7 days you shall dwell in booths to remember that I had the children of Israel dwell in booths. There's something about it. We can talk about it. We can read it. We can watch it. We can, watch a video about it on YouTube. But if we are not out there in that booth, out in that tent or that's a coat that we have either put up or made or however you do it, we don't get the real feel. We don't understand what they went through. We don't understand that maybe we might have to do it again. Maybe when we do the Exodus, we might have to live this way again. I love the camping aspect, of starting fires, of doing all the survival skills along with the word. Because what's wrong with it? If nothing else, if we're going to learn something, what's wrong with learning how to start a fire, have a campfire, do these things, how to feed yourself, how to do all these things, even stop a wound, how to do medical things? What's wrong with that? But yet we're too busy playing Monopoly and singing and dancing, which at the end of the day, it really doesn't help. I mean, it might make you feel good emotionally, but next Wednesday, if you got to run out of your house and you ain't got nothing but your clothes, what does the code help you? What did you learn? What have you learned? Yahweh is always bringing us to a better spot. He's always bringing us to a better place. He's always helping us and helping someone else. So it's not the selfish, worldly, I'm doing me, I'm worried about me. It's about, once I learn this, I can help you. Once I learn what's going on, I can help you as well. So until next time, Yahweh bless you. May Yahweh's continent shine upon you, and may He grant you shalom. Shalom, everybody. Thank you very much for listening, for watching. Shalom and Yahweh's love. Shalom.